and welcome to Boys in Star Stable. This video will be just debunking a lot of the points that came up in my last Boys in Star Stable video. I was just getting the same points over and over again, and I was having to literally copy paste the answers to them. So I thought, why not make a video on them? So please, watch the entire thing before commenting something because it's really important. I've done a lot of research on this and I have a very strong opinion. So just watch my points, see what I have to say, and then if you have any rebuttals to them, it would be great to hear. But please do watch the video. At the end, I have done 2 Instagram interviews with 2 close friends and 1 video interview with an actual Boys Star Stable player. So without further ado, let's get on.
Point number 1. The storyline is about a girl. This is correct. However, at no point is it reliant on you being a girl. If you were to play as a boy, our powers would be the same. There is no special Soul Rider ability that would make sense only if a girl had the power. Then people usually say it wouldn't make sense for Alex, Linda, Lisa, and Anne to all be girls and for the player to be a boy. Actually, why would it matter at all? If you do believe in the theory that we are related to the other 4 Soul Riders, playing as a boy would still mean they would be our sisters, but we would be their brother. It's the same premise, all the Soul Riders being connected, but us becoming siblings rather than only sisters. The main story is essentially us defeating evil with our horses as our soul partners. What about that is gender exclusive? The storyline wouldn't have to change at all, as the story is applicable to both genders. Take, for example, the end line of the Star Stable trailer. Legend has it that in dark, desperate times, a girl on horseback will come back to bring light and hope to those who think everything is gone. Are you that girl? Now look at the gender-neutral version. Legend has it that in dark, desperate times, someone on horseback will come back to bring light and hope to those who think everything is gone. Are you that person? So, have I changed the storyline in doing this? Or have I just increased Star Stable's potential audience by double? This opens SSO's storyline to everyone, and nothing had to be changed bar from a few pronouns. Point number 2. Characters would have to be changed and it would be impossible. Well, would they? I mean, look at our updated characters. We look much less feminine and disproportionate. We look more like actual people now. Well, excluding the original turtleneck. But you can't say our character doesn't look more unisex. So would the boy character model be all that different from the one we have now? I have spoken to many boys who play Star Stable, and many don't even mind that we don't look like boys, but some do wish the male option would flatten the chest a little. I don't believe it would be impossible. I'm going to say this many times, but when people say to me that it would be too much work and it would take forever, all I can think about are the updates that I genuinely thought of as impossible, but Star Stable somehow still gave them to us. Can you imagine how much effort and time went into completely changing our starter horses? Many believed it wasn't going to happen, but it did. Star Stable has a huge team, some working on short-term updates like the Halloween clothes and the Easter egg hunts, and some working on projects that would have taken months, if not a year, something like Epona and the upcoming Mistfall. I'm not saying I want boys added and I want it now. I'm hoping that SSO will take into consideration starting up a project like this, if they haven't already begun. But I do believe it's rather rude when people come to me and say, get over it, it's never going to happen. Because for one, that's not a valid argument. You're not actually giving any points against my argument. And 2, equality is not something people should just get over. I understand that boys are a minority in this community, but that doesn't mean they don't deserve the same right to look how they want to. Plus, I know many girls who would want to play as a boy, just because they feel like it. Just because you may not want something doesn't mean somebody else won't want it either. And nothing is impossible, especially left to the Star Stable team.
Point number 3. Online dating would become a problem. It still is now. Even without boys, we still get people on Global asking for a boyfriend or looking to marry. Sure, I understand that some children and teens will begin to do this more if boys are added. However, let's not forget it's not actually allowed, even now. Star Stable have moderators on chat, making sure this kind of thing doesn't happen. ROM RPs are banned and chat filters censors words that could be classed as inappropriate. Yes, sometimes these things will slip through and become a problem, like lag cheating or glitching. Star Stable is a child-friendly game at heart, and it would still be that way if boys were added. While it isn't perfect, SSO would certainly adapt to be able to handle this new pressure. Point number 4. Inappropriate activity and the number of malicious people would increase. Many comments have said that people who are looking to catfish or target younger players will start playing SSO if boys are added. These people who are going to do this sort of thing are not going to say, well, I won't do it on Star Stable because I can't be a boy. If these people genuinely want to harm players, they are already on the game, dressed as a girl. They can pretend to be a girl and try and get players to trust them, so not being a boy is not going to deter them. However, before you start worrying if your best friend on SSO is who they say they are, just remember not to give out personal information or any other way to contact you, and Star Stable will do the rest. Filter is there to keep you safe, and if moderators suspect something is up, they can ban the player, so don't worry. The lesson I would take from this is that not having SSO boys is not keeping players safe, and is only depriving people from choosing what gender they want to play as. Point number 5. Other games have no option to be a girl. Yes, this is true. Many games like Zelda and Super Mario do not let you choose female characters. However, these are story games. It would make no sense whatsoever if you played as Princess Peach saving Mario. Star Stable has a quest line that's based on a story that is not dependent on the player being a girl. Games that do not let you choose a gender is usually for a good reason, meaning the story would not make sense if changed. Plus, these games tend to have no appearance editing apart from clothing, to increase skills, so no matter who you are, you all play as the same character. But Star Stable is an MMORPG, massively multiplayer online roleplay game, the key word being roleplay. We customize our characters to our preference because we are roleplaying as that character or virtual version of ourselves in this storyline. While we are all Soul Riders, we can look completely different to one another because we are role-playing. Boys cannot do that, meaning the game is a restrictive MMORPG, as we cannot role-play as boys at all, even though there is no reason why we cannot. So that is the research that I've done on all of those points. I hope that if you thought these things, that you feel a bit more enlightened on the subject, because I did spend a lot of time going through each of the Star Stable sites and just gathering up information that I can use for this video. Up next, we have 2 Instagram interviews with 2 of my friends, Just Z and Heather Eaglenest. Their links are down below. I've put the screenshots up on screen, so please have a quick pause if you want to read them. Thank you very much. I did this to kind of have a feel of what people thought on the subject of boys in Star Stable, and they tended to be very similar answers, as you know. They didn't think it was super important, but they could see problems that would arise from it. But other than that, I kind of got a general feel of it would be good to have, but it's not necessary. Next up, I have an interview from David Loberg, who is a Boys Star Stable player who has kindly enough done an interview for me. I sent him the questions and he recorded himself answering them. So here we go.
Why do you think SSO haven't added boys? Well, I honestly think because of the storyline, because it's about a girl coming to Jorvik and not about a boy. And they have said girl so many times in like those chat thingies. Changing it would take like hours, days. I don't think SSO is going to do any of that. What do you think the negative effects of adding boys are? I think a lot of girls will also make a boy account, and also boys that are playing Star Stable will be pissed because they already have a girl account. So I honestly don't see a problem with that, but I think a lot of people will have problems with that. Also people who think Star Stable is a game for only girls since it's about horses. When people say SSO is a game for only girls, what do you say to that? Nobody has ever said that to me before, but, well, I just say that boys can play girls' games too. There are enough boys that play Star Stable. You can't tell people what to do and what to play. How do you think SSO would benefit from adding boys? I don't know. I think a lot of boys would prefer to have a boy character, but I don't think more players will come playing the game or something. Does it frustrate you that you can't play as a boy? Well, it doesn't really frustrate me, since there are short haircuts and clothes that are boyish, and you can remove your makeup and stuff, so it doesn't really matter to me. But if we did have a boy character, I would prefer to have one. What would you like to see added to be better include boys? Hairstyles, bodies, names, etc. Well, of course I would like names, because the names we have now, there are like 3 names that are both girl and boy names, like Jamie. So, oh, hello Shire. I do think there are not enough hairstyles. There are like 2 short hairstyles for boys. I think there should be more short hairstyles. And body, yeah, I would like to have a slight change in the body. And SSO has been making so many new male characters, male NPCs I mean, and they don't look bad, so I honestly don't know why they shouldn't add boys. So that's it. Bye.
So there you have it, first-hand opinions from a boy player on Star Stable. That is basically the video. I just wanted to say thank you to David, Jas Z, and Heather Eaglenest. And if you guys want to have a chance to be in an interview, because I'm constantly looking for community advice, please do follow my Instagram. It's just Abigail Pinehaven. I also wanted to say thank you to everyone who supports the cause of adding boys to Star Stable. Your comments are sometimes lost in the rage of people saying that it's ridiculous that I want to add boys and that, you know, nobody would ever think that. But as you can see, I found lots of comments that actually support this, and every single one of them is just like a little push forward, and I think it's absolutely amazing. So thank you to everyone who supports this. You guys are just absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. And that is it for today, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!